We welcome you in here to Fox 2 News in the morning. It is Thursday, March 27th, Cardinals opening day in St. Louis. I'm Laura Simon. We'll take you for a live look right now out at Busch Stadium. This is the first time the U.S. Figure Skating Championships have taken place in St. Louis since 2006, so all eyes are truly on Enterprise Center and our city this week. The capital murder trial for Kenneth Lee Simpson gets started today here in Franklin County. He has pleaded not guilty, but prosecutors are seeking the death penalty in this case.
We are kicking off the Club Elite Club Fitness $100,000 donation challenge. All you got to do is scan the QR code in the upper right corner of your screen or go to stlgunsandhoses.com.
We want to get back to that breaking news we've been following for you all morning long. 10 people are shot overnight at 14th Street and Washington Avenue. And we are learning this morning, sadly, one of those victims has died. It is 6 a.m. Welcome here to this special edition of Fox 2 News in the morning. It is Sunday, January 5th. I'm Laura Simon.
And I'm Andy Banker. The winter storm we've been telling you about for most of the past week is now here. We have team coverage lined up to help guide you through it all across the bi-state area.
Extreme weather specialist Chris Higgins is live in the Woods Basement System Storm Runner, and Chris Renier is live in the Nissan Rogue Runner and out on the streets. First, though, we're going to check in with meteorologist Jamie Travers. Jamie, the roads are already getting pretty treacherous out there. To our top story here this morning, the National Weather Service will be in St. Louis this morning surveying the damage, and Governor Mike Kehoe will also meet with Mayor Kara Spencer and give an update on recovery efforts. This home was once standing, and now it's a pile of brick and debris. And as this cleanup process continues, some people are wondering if these decades-old buildings could be filling the air with toxic particles like lead and asbestos. This morning, President Trump addressing the nation after American forces bombed Iranian nuclear sites. Iran has promised retaliation if the U.S. joined Israel's fight. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor with the very latest from Washington. We are here with the fire chief of the Blackjack Fire Department, who has now confirmed to us a total of 5 homes on fire, 3 people taken to the hospital. A version of this amendment will be on the November ballot for Missouri voters. But the big question being heard in court today is whether the summary language written by Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft is fair and neutral, or if it could sway voters against this measure. With Amanda Rocchio, also known as Meow Mikes on Instagram. She's got 1.6+ million followers. So let's just go ahead and do this, and we'll send it back to you in the studio after I embarrass myself. So give me a second here.
There we go.
This is our view from an unmarked police car. Red and blue lights flash through the windows as Corporal Barry Bales tries to catch up to a chase.
Westbound on the outer road.
Officers put out spike strips in an attempt to stop the fleeing driver. But at this speed, the question isn't just whether officers can catch up, it's whether they should.
There's a whole lot of thought that goes into the risk versus the reward of a vehicle pursuit. And sometimes we have to look at the type of crime that's being committed, the need to apprehend that vehicle now. But we have resources that help us not have to have that pursuit to begin with.
This wasn't the only moment that turned fast. One of the most dramatic arrests happened at the 5th Street exit off I-70 East in St. Charles. What started as a routine traffic stop led to 2 people being taken into custody, police seizing this rifle and all this drug paraphernalia. Across the street at this Quick Trip, we've got someone resisting arrest. To understand how officers get to these moments, you have to go back to where the night started. Just a room full of officers meeting at St. Charles County Police Headquarters in O'Fallon, coming up with a game plan before they spread out.
We are the Gateway Regional Criminal Interdiction Task Force. We're looking at crime in a regional as a regional concept and how we can handle that, working together with each other.
Resources include officers working undercover and even eyes above the road thanks to helicopters and drones.
It can give us information on how many occupants are in a vehicle, if they flee on foot, which direction they're going in, what type of coverage they're hiding under, stuff like that.
On I-70 West, officers pull over this Honda Pilot mentioned earlier in the briefing. Police say it was connected to several recent felony thefts. 2 men and a woman are put in handcuffs, and a St. Charles County Police K-9 alerts on the vehicle. Officers end up finding drugs inside, including meth.
When you put that many officers in one focused area, you get that kind of presence, and that has actually helped us have lesser use of force, which is what we all want.
And it's dispatchers who help keep the night moving. They're tracking stops, checking information, and connecting officers spread out across the area. What started in 2021 as a response to a spike in stolen vehicles and car break-ins has now grown into a much larger mission.
This is predominantly vehicle-borne crime. So we're looking at vehicles, we're looking for registration violations, we're looking for traffic violations, things that often lead from one stop that stopped for a traffic violation that might lead to other things.
Part of the job is knowing what feels off.
Not normal to drive around in St. Charles County with 7 people in a car at 2 o'clock in the morning. Those kinds of things stick out.
Before sunrise, the task force reported 5 felony arrests, 4 violent felony warrants, 37 warrants cleared, 3 guns seized, plus several DWI and drug arrests.
Sometimes we've actually on task force nights we've actually apprehended murder suspects. We've apprehended stolen car thefts. We've actually apprehended a wide variety and just about everything in between.
In St. Charles County, Laura Simon, Fox 2 News.